Hello everyone, welcome back once again to the JCE Connect, and we were discussing about design of compression member. Okay, so in the last session we had discussed about how to determine the design compressive load of strut member, that is single angle strut member, double angle strut connected back to back to the opposite side of the gusset plate and even same side of the gusset plate. Okay, and today's session we are going to discuss about design of column, how to design column. In the previous sessions we have discussed about how to calculate or how to determine the load carrying capacity. We have not designed any sections, any compression member we have not designed, but from today's session we are going to start with the design of compression member, again as per IS 800 2007. Understood? Okay, so design, when we say a word design, so design means it is a trial and error method, or it is based on some assumptions, correct? Because for the given force the member, whatever you design or you assume, okay, so we don't know whether it will be safe for that given load or it will be unsafe. Okay, if it is safe then no problem, but if it is unsafe, again we have to go for next trial until and unless it will be safe to carry the load. Okay, so for that there are thumb rules how to assume a section or how to select a section from steel table for a given load. So for that we have, for the design compression members, for the design of compression members, the design compressive stress FCD is assumed as per the following. So you have to assume some value of stress, you have to assume some value of stress, because ultimately stress is equal to load divided by area, and when you know the load, given compression load, and if you assume the stress, you can easily find out area, and with respect to that area you have to choose a section from steel table. Okay, so for that there are assumptions, or you can say as a thumb rules. Okay, suppose the first is you are going to design a rolled steel I section. For the design we have a rolled steel I section as a compression member. Okay, so that time you have to assume the FCD as 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. Okay, you have to assume the stress as 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. The next is, if you want to design angle and channel section, you have to use 90 to 100 Newton per mm square. The FCD value is 90 to 100 Newton per mm square. Or you want to design a built up section. Built up section means it is not a standard section. By using some rolled section you have to build a section, that is called as built up compression member. So if you want to design a built up compression member, you have to use the stress value, that is FCD is 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. If you want to design the stanchion, you have to use the stress value as 200 Newton per mm square. So based on these assumptions, nothing but the FCD values, you have to choose a section, and later again you have to cross check whether the selected section is safe or not, whether it is safe or unsafe. So this is the basic thing, or you have to remember these values of FCDs for the particular types of sections. Okay, I'll repeat once again. If you are assuming a roll dissection, you have to use 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. If you are using angle and channel section, you can use 90 to 100 Newton per mm square. Or if you want to design built-up section, you can use 130 to 145 Newton per mm square. If you want to design stanchion, you can use 200 Newton per mm square. So this is regarding the design requirement for design of any compression member. So let us solve one problem today. Let us solve one problem, okay, for design of compression member. So just after this I'll read out the statement of the problem. Okay, so the problem is like, design a double angle discontinuous strut. So we have to design double angle discontinuous strut. We have to design double angle, okay, discontinuous strut to carry a factored load of 225 kilonewton. The load is given in the member is 225 kilonewton. The total length of strut is 3 meter. The total length of strut is 3 meter, okay, between the intersection. The bolted connection is used to connect gusset plate and angles. So you have to use the bolted connection to connect the gusset plate and the angles. Use steel grade of Fe 410. You have to use the steel grade of Fe 410. Okay. So therefore, you have to design first when the angles are placed on opposite side of 12 mm gusset plate. Then, okay, that is angles placed on opposite side of 12 mm gusset plate. Understood? Okay. So when the angles are placed on opposite side of 12 mm gusset plate and angles are placed on same side of gusset plate. Okay. So the gusset plate thickness is given as 12 mm here. Okay. Understood? So again, when the double angle discontinuous strut is given, means is the angle section. So for angle section, we have to assume the value of FCD, that is stress, from the ranges from 90 to 100 Newton per mm square. Stress ranges from 90 to 100 Newton per mm square. Understood? Okay. So we'll start with the solution. Okay. Now here, first is the angles are placed on opposite side of 12 mm gusset plate. So you can see here. So this is the angle. Okay, and it's a gusset plate. thick. Okay, so when angles are placed on opposite side of 12 mm thick gusset plate, okay, you can see the two angles have connected on opposite side of the gusset plate, and the gusset plate thickness is 12 mm thick. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. So when you have to use the angle and the channel section, you have to use the FCD value as, this is again a thumb rule, okay, that is 90 to 100 Newton per mm square. Okay. So now we will start with the solution here. Okay. Now we will note down the given data first. So Pu is given as 225 kilonewton and L is given as 3000 mm. Okay, so therefore KL is given as 0.85. so for double angle discontinuous strut, okay, you can use the value of K is 0.7 to 0.85 as per mentioned in IS 800. Okay, just I'll tell you the clause number. I can show you here. Here you can see here, for double angle discontinuous strut, the clause number is 7.5.2 and the sub is 7.5.2.1. discontinuous strut, okay, opposite side of the gusset plate, you have to use the KL in the plane of end gusset shall be taken as between 0.7 to 0.85 times between the intersection. Okay, so you have to use 0.7 to 0.85 times the length of member between the intersection. Okay, so 0.85 we are going to assume here. Okay, then 0.85, L is given as 3000, so we will get it as 2550 mm. 2550 mm. Okay, so if I will write here, as per clause number 7.5.2.1 page 48. Okay, this thing. So now assuming FCD is equal to, so we have to assume from 100 to 90 to 100, so it assume as 90 Newton per mm square, assuming FCD is equal to 90 Newton per mm square. Okay, so therefore area required is equal to 225 into 10⁻³ divided by 90, so that is 2500. So I will try, so it is 225 into 10⁻³ divided by 90, so that is 2500 mm square. So you have to select an angle of 2500 mm square, two angles of size of area 2500 mm square. So this is a like a trial 2500 mm square you have to choose. We can choose higher side also for safety, so that you don't have to revise again for, means if you assume for little bit higher side. Okay, understood? So what will do now, what you have to do, you have to go back to the steel table, go for double angle, don't refer for single angle. In the steel table the provision is given for double angle back to back also, so don't refer for single angle, go for double angle back to back. So I will show you here. So I have selected, so therefore let us try 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 8. So we have to try 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 8. Okay, so I will show you. Okay, so in steel table I told you the provision is given. So if you open here, it is given properties of two equal angles back to back. Okay, now we have to find out the angle 90 by 90 by 8. I have tried, so I will show you here. Okay, here you can see the angle is 90 by 90 by 8, you can see, and all the properties are given here. Okay, so that is main important here, it is radius of gyration. So for RXX it is 27.5 and RYY is, again you can see here the radius of gyration about YY axis in centimeter, depend upon distance back to back of angles in centimeter. Okay, so RXX we have got it as 27.5, but RYY, that is radius of gyration about YY axis, is depends upon the distance between back to back of the angles. So the thickness is mentioned here 0 mm, 6 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, 18 mm, 22 mm, but our is in between 10 mm and 14 mm. It is in between 10 mm and 14 mm. So we have to get the value between 10 and 14. So I will show you how to get that. So we will note down the values first. Okay, from steel table. So we will get, okay, that is, so we will note down the properties. So we have got the area of the selected section is 2758 mm square, and RXX is equal to 27.5 mm. Okay, then RYY is, you have to interpolate here actually, because for 14 mm. So interpolate, and how we can do 10 and 14, the mid value is 12. So for 10 you directly make it divided by 2. So for 10 it is 40.8, and for 12 mm 14 mm gusset plate it is 42.3. you directly divide it because the mid value is 12. 10 or 14 का next mid value is 12, because it is the plates are available in even thickness. So 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, 14 mm, like that. So 12 mm you can interpolate directly the average value is, you can get it as 40.8 plus 42.3 divided by 2. So you will get it as 41.55 mm. So that is RYY. So therefore R minimum is equal to list of RXX and RYY. So we will get it as 27.5 mm. R minimum is equal to 27.5 mm. Understood? Then now slenderness ratio lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. Slenderness ratio lambda is equal to KL by R minimum. So KL is, we have got it as 2500, sorry not 2, it is 2550 divided by 2550 divided by R minimum is 27.5. okay, so 2550 divided by 27.5, so we'll get it as 92.72. this is the slenderness ratio. So now we have to go back to the IS 800 and we have to find out the values for design compressive stress. Now the value of design compressive stress FCD, the value of design compressive stress FCD as per table number 9C. So you have to refer table number 9C because it is angle section as per table number 9C. okay, the value of design compressive stress as per table number 9C. okay, so again 9C page number 42. so I will show you here. So here you have to refer table number 9C from IS 800. so this side it is again given KL by, I have explained this in previous session also. okay, here it is given by KL by R minimum and here it is 250. so you have to find out the value for 92.72. so you have to interpolate between 90 and 100. so that is in between 121 and 107. 121 and 107 you have to interpolate the value. okay, so I'll just write the values here. so the lambda is 90 and 100 and the value of FCD is, for 90 it is 121 and for 100 it is 107, and you have to get the value for 92.72 to get the value for 92.72. and after interpolation you will get the value as 117.01 Newton per mm square. This value will get it as 117.01 Newton per mm square. okay, so therefore PD is equal to load carrying capacity P is equal to load carrying capacity is equal to FCD into area So FCD is 117.10 into 2758. So we'll get it as 322.9 kilonewton, which is more than 225 kilonewton. Therefore it is okay. The FCD into area is 2758. So 117.10, I'll check 117.10 into 225. So we'll get 27258. We'll get 322.90, so which is more than 225 kilonewton. So it is safe. The provided section is safe when you provide two angles back to back. So it is safe. Okay. Now to go for second. That is second is same side of gusset plate. When you provide on same side of gusset plate, so I'll show you here. You can see here. So the angles I have provided in, two angles have provided on same side of the gusset plate. Okay, so we'll try with same 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 8, 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 8. Okay. So next, as I told you, when I solved the problem over two angles placed back to back on okay. So here, as I told you, when the two angles provided back to back, what is the change? And two angles provided on same side of the gusset plate, what is the change? Okay. So when the two angles provided back to back, okay, you have to refer the properties for the two angles back to back provided, the whatever the properties given in the steel table, and you have to find out the design compressive load. But when the angles are provided on same side of the gusset plate, you have to refer the properties for single angle, not for double angle. You have to refer the properties for again single angle. Okay, it will act as a single angle only because both the angles are provided on same side of the gusset plate. Okay, so that therefore, okay, you have to design by referring the properties of, like, area you have to take for double angle only, but RXX and RY, whatever the properties, you have to refer from for single angle only. Okay, so here, so we have assumed the same angle, that is 2 ISA 90 by 90 by 8. Understood? So therefore, so again from the steel table, that is for single angle, if you refer, so you will get RXX and RYY. Okay, so RXX and RYY you have to note down from the steel table. So that is for equal angle 90 by 90 by 8. Okay, so I'll just note down 90 by 90 by 8. So RXX is, you'll get it as 27.5 from steel table, and RYY also 27.5 because it is a equal angle. So therefore R minimum is equal to 27.5 mm. R minimum is equal to 27.5 mm. So we'll find out again the lambda KL by R minimum, and when you design as a single angle, So K will be factor is 1 because we have to take for single angle or the angles placed same side of the gusset plate, you have to take effective length is equal to nothing but the distance between the intersection. So that is 3000 directly. Divided by R is 27.5. So we will get it as 3000 divided by 109. So you will get lambda is equal to 109. Understood? Then again you have to follow the same procedure. Then therefore value of design compressive stress, that is FCD, the value of design compressive stress FCD. Again from table number 9C, page 42, table number 9C, page number 42. So you will get the value of FCD is equal to 95.84 kilonewton. Sorry, it is Newton per mm square. 95.84 Newton per mm square. So now the design compressive load PD is equal to FCD into AE, it is area. So FCD is 95.84 into area is 2758. Okay, that is 95.84 into 2758. So we will get it as 264.32 into 10⁻³ Newton, or 264.32 into 10 into that is kilonewton, 264.32 kilonewton, which is more than 225 kilonewton, which is more than 225 kilonewton, therefore safe. Okay, so in both the cases we have got the section, what you have selected, you have got the section is safe for both the cases. Understood? So even if you did not get the section is safe, and if you don't have time in the examination, so what you have to do, you write a note like the section is unsafe or inadequate, the section is unsafe or inadequate, revise the section by selecting higher area. Revise the section by selecting higher area if you could not get the provided section is safe. Now here it is little bit higher side, that is 264.32. so by looking these two values like 264 and one more we have got it as this value, that is 322.9 kilonewton. So I can conclude, or I can say it is safe to provide double angle on opposite side of the gusset plate because the load carrying capacity is very high here. Same section if you are providing on opposite side of the gusset plate or in the same side of the gusset plate, I can conclude, or I can say it is safe to provide two angles on opposite side of the gusset plate. As we can see, we have got the load carrying capacity is more, that is 322.9 kilonewton, that is almost 100 kilonewton more than required the given force. But here we have got it is very little bit margin of safety. Okay, so it is, we can say it is safe to provide the two angles back to back on cassette plate, that we can conclude. Okay, so this is regarding today's session. Okay, thank you.